Hi there, my name is Justin, the flipping accountant. Thanks for checking out my channel. If it's your first time here, I am a CPA full-time that does reselling online part-time, sell on eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, and OfferUp occasionally. So this is my first sourcing video that I did using my GoPro camera, which is still a work in progress, and hopefully the edit's not too bad because this is my first time doing that. And when I come back, I'll show you the profit, the breakdown, everything that I paid, everything that I expect to get back. I'll try to put up some of the Amazon listings so I can show you the rank and what it should sell for and all that stuff.
Yep, and I remember it was a gorgeous day traveling, just very nice, but at least it went by pretty quick. And first stop was at a CVS store. So going into the CVS here, and this is my first time using my GoPro with a clip and the camera, so that was fun getting used to that and learning how to adjust that and make that work. So at the CVS, it was a pretty short trip, but I remember looking through the shaving creams and the shaving gels and finding some good stuff in that area, which I always recommend looking for clearance in that area. Sometimes it's 50% off, sometimes it's 75% off, but CVS, Walgreens, I usually find good stuff. So here I am just kind of showing the shelves here. It looks like they had a bunch of stuff on 75% off. So I was going to go through and see what they had. So go ahead and get that readjusted here and start scanning some different items. And this is my first time using my my GoPro like this, so I try to show the item, and I'll go ahead and put up the listing here. So I think at the time that I was recording this video, these were priced a little bit higher. I think they were around the $12, $13 mark, but I went ahead and put up the listing for what it is currently, and it just shows that the prices have come down, and this is one of those national items that a lot of stores were selling. So once everybody bought them, the price came down, and and that happens, but it was worth it at the time. Still made a couple bucks. I believe I grabbed a few of those and just kept scanning and just seeing what else they had there on the shelves there for the shaving cream stuff. And let's see, I think I throw those in the cart here. And the shave sheets, I know I grabbed those. There's the listing for that. And grab a few of those. And keep scanning. And I think maybe next time I'll point the camera at a different angle so you can actually see what I'm looking at. But like I said, this was the first time doing this a sourcing video, so this was a learning experience, if you will. So let's see what else here. So now I grabbed those shave sheets, and then that was tattoo butter or tattoo. You put it on after you have a tattoo done. I believe it helps, soothe the skin. I don't show the listing here, but I do remember selling those. Those sold pretty quick. Another one of those 75% off. So just showing the Duke Cannon hot shave stuff is 75% off. The Gillette stuff was 75% off, but I do know that I was restricted in Gillette, and I had seen that at several stores, so I decided not to purchase that. And just showing some other stuff that was 75% off. There's quite a few things that were pretty good there. I remembered grabbing the Everyman Jack beard oil, and those did sell pretty quick. And I think at this point I was just grabbing the stuff by the handful because it was 75% off. It all looked good. Again, the Duke Cannon stuff always sells well. I think I talk about that later in the video. And here's me trying to show the listing to the camera, so I'll just go ahead and put the listing up here for you. But it's always good to, double check the price versus the profit, make sure that it's actually worth it, and put the listing up there. Yep, go ahead and grab those hot shave gels and make quick work of this shelf here, and then probably try to move on, just try to clear everything out. And it's a good idea. Like if you're sourcing at, you know, big brand stores, you want to get your stuff in and sell it quick, because if one store is selling it, they might be clearancing it out all over the country. And right here I was looking at the razors, and the razors were actually a pretty good price too at 75% off. But I show here to the camera that I was restricted in Gillette. Again, I mentioned that earlier, but I couldn't sell that stuff, so it wasn't worth messing with. Moved on to the pain reliever, and at this point the Excedrin was hard to find, but Excedrin PM, I grabbed those because those were discontinued, and it looked like all the other styles of Excedrin were gone except for the CVS brand knockoff stuff, but I didn't grab that, and wasn't any other Excedrin there, so I just kind of moved on from there. And moving on to the next store, this is the second store that I went to, and this is a liquidation store, and what they do is they buy pallets or truckloads of liquidation stuff. And here's a Wreck-It Ralph toy that I decided to scan. And what they do basically is they mark everything at the retail price, and if it doesn't have a retail price, they'll look it up on the internet and they'll put that on there. And this toy was 80% off, and 80% off the Target price, because that was a Target exclusive toy. It was not worth purchasing. So I moved on to the next aisle here, and DuckTales, I think it was a money bin. This, I scanned it. It was also not worth purchasing. You know, 80% off seems like a lot, but when it's a bigger toy, FBA will take out more fees, so it'll cost you more money, so that reduces your profit margin, so it makes it not worth it. And if I can only fit 4 or 5 of those into a big bin or into a big box, then I'm just not going to mess with it. I like to deal with smaller toys, smaller accessories, household products, that kind of stuff. I don't like to deal with really big stuff unless it's, you know, a huge profit margin or a huge markup. So I try to stay away from bigger stuff if I can. So again, this store, they buy a lot of returns, clearance stuff that stores just have overstock. And I remember coming up on this Harry's shaving display, and it might not seem like much, but it was marked 40% off. But Harry's stuff always sells well for me. It had shaving cream, gels, razors, replacement cartridges, all sorts of different colors, different styles, and all that. Let me get the camera adjusted here if I can figure that out. And I think I show a couple. So here's one, and then I'll put up the listing here for you. But I've sold the razors before. I've sold the shaving cream before. This stuff sells really quick. It's super easy to prep. You just peel the sticker, put a new sticker on it, and you're good to go. One thing you want to make sure if you're buying razors and stuff like that is you want to make sure that it's new and sealed, because those razor packages do have a little seal on them. So I believe I, kind of double checked to make sure that they were all sealed, but I just grabbed them all. Orange ones, yellow ones, green ones, blue ones, whatever. The razors all sell really well. So I didn't show an after, but I cleaned out that shelf pretty good. Yeah. So just kind of grab all that stuff. Guess she was eyeballing me pretty hard, like, what's this crazy guy doing? And then I think later the manager was asking what happened to all that stuff, and I was like, oh, me, I got it. I bought it. I think they were worried somebody had stolen it. So here we go. We're down another aisle here, and all of this stuff right here was different cosmetic and health and beauty products. Brand new, some of it was returns, some of it was possibly used. A lot of different brands, discontinued stuff, new stuff, old stuff. And this aisle right here, all this was 70% off. So it was basically 70% off retail. And I know that sounds amazing, like it's too good to be true, but the longer stuff is on the shelves, the more often people will pick through it and open it up and steal stuff. I know I grabbed some GNC stuff here. I can sell GNC products, and they usually sell pretty well for me. But this place had been picked over pretty good, and I did spend some time looking through here and looking at the different products that were there. But anytime buying stuff like this, you have to make sure that it's still sealed, make sure that it's still within the expiration date, it's still in good condition. On the other side, there was some toys that were 80% off of retail. And I did spend a little time going through here and grabbing some stuff off the shelves here, but people let their kids run through them and open stuff up and break stuff and play with toys and all that. So it's just like anything else. You got to take time and, look at it and inspect it and make sure it's in good shape. And it's one, the profit margin there. Two, it's worth, buying to resell. And I'm obviously still getting acclimated to using my GoPro and the clip here. And this was my first time doing the sourcing video like this. So I think next time I'll probably angle the camera so you can actually see that I'm scanning stuff. And down here at the end of the aisle, I found some more of those GNC vitamins, these Water X. I believe they changed the packaging on this, and I tried to show it to the camera here, but the packaging on it is different now. This is the old packaging, but it was still within date. So I believe I grabbed a few of those. And scanned a few more things, and then at the end of the aisle here there was a bunch of toys that looked new and looked like they were in good shape, so I spent some time scanning those and found Mr. Bendy here, Bendy collectible figurine, and spent a little bit more time looking because I saw a few more of those, and I think those were only a couple bucks and selling for like 12 to 14. So I know I ended up grabbing a few of those. But again, with this stuff just sitting out, you have to look at condition, you have to look at, profit margin, ROI. Is this worth buying? Well, if it's only a couple bucks and I can turn it into 12, 14 bucks and then fees and all that, that's still worth it. So these, it's nice because pretty much all you have to do is just kind of peel the sticker off of them and then clean the residue off of them and ship them back into Amazon. But you want to make sure the boxes are in brand new condition, the boxes don't have damage, no one's ripped them open to make sure that they're in there. And I grabbed a few more of those Bendy toys. And this store, they put stickers on everything with like a little special barcode. So if you have the app, you can scan the barcode and it tells you what the price is. But it's also kind of a hindrance because once you buy a bunch of stuff, you have to spend the time de-stickering and cleaning off the residue. I like to use a Goo Gone to clean off the sticker residue. If you spend the time doing that, or if you have somebody that helps you or a prep center, I'm sure they can handle that stuff, but that's just what I like to do. Here's another Bendy toy that I found. It was kind of like a knockoff Lego set type deal. And here's me trying to show the listing from too far away. So next time I'll make sure to put it right up on the camera. But this is another toy that was worth grabbing. I've had good experience selling Bendy toys. I've found them at other stores before as well. It's one of those toys where like you want to see if you go into a store if they have a store exclusive. Store exclusive toys usually sell really well. For example, if you find a store exclusive at Target, that means they're not going to have it at Walmart or another store like that. So it's always good to scan those store exclusives. And I've sold Bendy figurines and toys and plush and action figures and stuff like that before too. So I know those sell pretty quick. And I believe we found a turkey. And this is an inflatable turkey that you shoot little foam darts at. And I have sold those in the past. I have sold quite a few of those. And I usually grab those if they are cheap enough. And those always sell pretty quick. Turkeys or deer or the little inflatable arrows and darts and stuff like that. Kids love those kind of toys, and those are always worth looking into. So go ahead and grab that little guy, and let's see what else I believe we're about to spot another turkey in the wild. Oh, and we got it. Let's see what else we can find. What else can we throw in that cart? Legos. Yeah. Oh, no. See? That's why I got to double check all these things. Make sure nothing had been taken out, and the Legos were all taken out. So let's see. Let's look at a full cart here. Grab another Bendy. And here was the full cart that I had before I left. Had some Just Dance, some turkeys, some Bendies, all that stuff. And this was all stuff I felt was going to sell pretty well. So after this, I went to another store like this, another liquidation store, and this is just a quick video to show you that not every store is worth it. Not every trip you're going to make money on. This store right here, I walked through the toy section, and this was 90% off, and most of this was just trash. Toys were ripped open. They were beat up, they were dirty, it just was not worth it. I did go back and kind of look through again, but I was just walking through the store just to show, like, this is what the store looked like. This was completely unorganized, and I only found a few video games and really didn't find much here overall. But, you know, not every stop is a winner. That's why a lot of it comes down to numbers. The number of stops you make, the more opportunities you have to find stuff. But we'll go ahead and wrap it up and show you all the cost and profit breakdown.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I've got everything laid out here that I bought on this sourcing trip. This wasn't an intentional sourcing trip. I had an appointment somewhere and then I decided to take some time and go shopping. So I hit a few different stores, went to a couple liquidation stores, went to CVS and Walgreens, and I'll just kind of break it down. I've got all my costs and profit breakdown here to kind of go through the whole thing. So I did show that I went through and bought a bunch of these at CVS. The prices dropped just by a little bit, but these are going to be pretty profitable. These are the Buchanan Hot Shave. I think I've got 8 or 9 of these. 9 of them back there. These are usually pretty profitable. I like Buchanan products, sell pretty well. I'll try to put the listing right here for you so you can see it. But I paid $2.50 a piece, and these are selling for $14.75 right now on Amazon. And 9 of them, I'll make about $60 on these. Let's see what else we got here. More Buchanan shaving stuff. Shaving stuff always sells well, in my opinion. Excedrin has been selling really well. Currently, there's a production hold up on this right now, and it's not a recall. If it was a recall, I wouldn't be selling it, but since there's a production shortage at the moment, these are pretty profitable to find. Let's see, these are $6 a piece, and they're selling for about $18 right now on Amazon, so that's going pretty well. So between these right here, just these, let's see, these, all the Excedrin here, I'll put the profit up for that one up there too. You saw me find these little bendy figurines up here. The little bendy figures cost me $2 a piece, and they sell for $12.40 a piece. So I'll make about $5 a piece on those, which is pretty good because these are all brand new. Those are nice. More shaving stuff. Harry's shaving stuff sells pretty well for me as well. These are just the razors, but I also have some of the shaving cream, taming cream, sculpting gel, and just the razors themselves. These are super easy to sell. It's just, you know, you just peel the label off, put a new label on here on the bottom, and they're good to go. The taming cream and the sculpting gel, these are in listings of 2. So what I'm going to have to do is polybag these to prep them for Amazon and put a do not separate sticker on them. And the bag will have a suffocation warning, but make sure that if you're using polybags that they have that suffocation warning, or put a suffocation warning sticker on it. When I'm done with those, they'll look something like this right here. It'll be a little bag that says do not separate, and they'll be good to go. So that's how it's going to be when I'm finished prepping those. So those will be good to go. Got some video games here. Not huge profit, but some PlayStation 4 games, PlayStation 3. This game always sells really well. If you've never seen these family game night games before, for the older systems, these sell really well. Let's see, I paid $10 for this, and I believe this is going to sell for $40. 41. Yep, that's the price on Amazon. So, you know, $10 cost, $20 profit. These are pretty easy. It's brand new. Got a couple Switch games. Switches are, you know, really popular right now. I also have a Switch that I bought. This is brand new in the box. I've already checked it. I paid $100 for it. I think I'm just going to sell it locally on Facebook Marketplace. Probably try to get 180, 190, which, you know, I think this will sell pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about it. Some of the other toys and stuff that I picked, I got these turkeys and this deer back here in this corner. These turkeys are pretty cool. They were only $3. Oh, I'm sorry. They're only $1.40 apparently, because they were 95% off. And they sell on Amazon right now for $25.12. And I should try to get the listing up right there for you. So I'll make about $10 a piece on each one of these. It's too bad there was only 5 of them, but we'll make some pretty good money on these turkeys. So any kind of inflatable hunting thing, inflatable, toys and stuff like that, as long as they're cheap enough, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. A couple vitamins, GNC. I'm authorized to sell GNC products, and these usually sell really well for me. And if I have the time, I'll send them into FBA. If not, I'll just MF them, sell them merchant fulfilled. I like selling products merchant fulfilled because small products, because they're easy to just throw in a little bubble mailer, print off a label, and you're good to go. So between all of this stuff here, I spent a total of $535. Estimated profit, kind of conservatively, because I price a little lower, just for calculation's sake. Should make about $700. This says about $686. Still, I'm going to, prep this for FBA and ship it in. So I'm guessing the shipping will probably be about $15 to $20 total. That's probably on the high side, but I'm also going to prep this and put this with some other stuff as well. So once that's all said and done, I should make about $666 worth of profit on all of this stuff if everything sells at the current price. Generally what I do is I price stuff a little higher than the current price, so when it checks in, it takes a little while for it to get through the system and it goes to the right warehouse. I like to price my stuff a little higher, and then I'll gradually bring the price down to meet the market if it's needed. If not, and the cheaper items have sold, then my stuff will already be priced higher. So that's just how I like to do it. That's the results from this sourcing trip. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions, help out new sellers. Or experienced sellers. I don't know if you had any questions for me, but I'm happy to help. Yeah, so this was fun doing this, and if this becomes if this went well and people enjoy the video, let me know. You can like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching the video, and talk to you later.